This is an old house. When was this built?
1900. Well, hold on, I have to look now.
I know. Thought you left your phone in your car. See, I tricked her. She didn't. She had it in her pocket. She's a liar. She's a liar. I just want that on camera. She said it was left in the car.
I meant to leave it in the car.
If you call your butt cheek the car, then yes, it was left in the car.
Some people call that junk in the trunk.
Or phones in your ass.
It's Renovation Rekindle.
The one thing that I find very charming about where we live, the stock of houses that we do have, how old these houses are. I know when we've gone out to the West, California, Arizona, you see houses there, but they are not nearly the age that some of the houses here are.
Yeah, it's crazy, and those houses are still standing.
Hi, my name is Linda, and I've fallen out of love with my home.
Her husband had the same name as me. He was also a firefighter. They both always had visions of how that house could be. And then unfortunately, he had passed young, and you know, she didn't do anything with the house, but she said she always wanted to kind of carry out that vision of what they had always thought the house could be.
We bought the house in 1993. This house has been loved for over 30 years, and it is falling apart.
Immediately when we walk in, you can see why we're here. We're gonna get rid of the green carpet on the stairs.
It's just very outdated, and I'm really excited about making it more updated and functional for my life.
All this flooring is gonna come up. I think this is leftover bathroom tile from the year I was born.
The floors, as beautiful as they are, they have nails in them and they're sticking up, and I'm always afraid that I'm gonna catch something. I actually have caught my sock on it or something like that.
This is the living room, which is a little bit awkward because there's no real TV wall. She had it here in front of the window. What are you making that face for?
Because this reminds me of like 8th grade dance awkward. You're like,
did you have an 8th grade dance in a 100-year-old house? This window is gonna go away. I'm gonna put a couple windows over here, and we're gonna have a nice space for the TV so you don't have to dance like you're in 8th grade anymore.
The windows in the dining room have never ever opened. Since 1993, they were painted shut. That has always bothered me.
This is an old built-in that we're gonna have to take out in order to do what we wanna do here.
these usually hide something, and they do. So the heat pipes come in here and they just wrap a little insulation around it, and that's what that door hides.
So this whole room is gonna be gutted. We're actually going to get rid of the door that's there because there's another room on the other side of this wall.
It's just very outdated. I love to entertain, and I think I could use a better flow.
They tried to do an open concept here because you've got this opening, then you've got this chimney.
I was gonna say, there's nothing open about it, that's a chimney.
Right, so there's this giant chimney and then there's an opening, so we're actually gonna take the whole chimney down from the roof all the way down to the basement.
Chimney crickets!
So that's gonna come out so that we can open this up. And I mean, this kitchen, it's time for a new kitchen.
The kitchen is the main problem of the house. I just can't stand those countertops.
This kitchen's pretty tired. We are going to gut this kitchen and see what's underneath here. I'm pretty sure these are not structural, and I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be like a couple layers here.
Oh, without a doubt. These older houses, a lot of people Band-Aid, Band-Aid, Band-Aid. So this has probably 2, maybe even 3 ceilings underneath this, because they just kept going over it. You had that height to do that. That's why I made these tall ceilings on these old houses. So a lot of the stuff is stacked. The floors probably have multiple layers, the ceilings probably have multiple layers, the walls probably have multiple layers. It's gonna be an extensive demo because this is such an old house, and a lot of times with older houses, to bring them up to speed, it takes a lot more work than a house that was built in the 90s or 2000, because there's so much stuff you're trying to just bring up to code and the current standards.
The other thing I need to do is see what's in here, because I would really like not to have this bump out.
All right, let's check it. Price is Right game. Punch the numbers. What's in it? A plumbing stack.
So we've got 2 plumbing pipes in here, which we kind of anticipated given the shape of this box. But to fit the kitchen that I want, I really would like these to go away, like to not be sticking out. So we'll see if we're gonna be able to do that. I don't know yet, we'll see.
Also, the chimney that's in the middle of the kitchen, it's a big wall, and I feel like it just should never have been there. So I think it would be great to see what that would look like without that being there.
Probably when the house was built, this was the original stove, because you can see this is where the pipe went in.
Oh, right, because up here, look, see how much looser it is?
Yeah, that makes sense. So this is probably all exposed. That's the brick. It's been since covered over. There's 100 years worth of dust coming
I
out.
bet the brick is pretty, if you could get all this crap off of it.
The back porch has been used for parties, and I've always been afraid that it was going to fall down on my guests. It's literally falling apart, and I really would love to see that be more functional and be maybe a 4-season room.
We're gonna keep the porch, but hopefully relocate the entrance. And then this bathroom, they added at some point. This has never been her favorite bathroom, but...
It's not a favorite bathroom now, but it will be.
Oh, and the other room, I forgot to show you the one that's like hidden behind the dining room. There's like a little...
Secret room.
It's kind of like this room
Let's
that's
see.
it's off the kitchen right now. So this room is kind of a nothing room right now.
This is the front door, the living room, all that fun stuff's over there. The kitchen straight ahead. Then this is like the kid that's in the middle. This is the middle child room.
We're gonna break her out. So we're gonna open this to the dining room. We're gonna close this weird opening to the kitchen so we can get more wall space in the kitchen. We're gonna close this opening to the front entry because you don't need it there. And then this is gonna become part of the living space.
When I saw Kadilak Homes on Facebook, I instantly fell in love with Susan's ideas. And I'm really excited to see what she comes up with for this house.
It's tired. It's a tired house, but it just needs some TLC and it can get back to greatness.
Just a little bit of plastic surgery.
This is a project for a fellow brother who has passed, so I know he's gonna be watching over me saying, don't screw this up.
Oh, he definitely is.
I know.
Yeah.
And I don't want to screw it up, so
You won't.
we won't.
I have full faith in you.
Me too. Did you kill a bear?
I think that's the dog bed. Demo's done, so now we're getting into the mechanicals, plumbing, electrical, framing, and this is an old house.
Very old house.
Now she found old newspapers while we were doing demo.
1900.
Yes, over 120 years old. So all of those systems are gonna need a little extra work, but it's all gonna be fine. It's all gonna come together, and I'm excited to keep going.
Let's get at it. Today is an exciting day because we're done. It's a wrap. Let's show you what we did.
Well, let's start here in the foyer because there are a ton of changes just right here when you walk in. There used to be a doorway right here that went into what is now the office, but we closed that off and put a closet here because before when you came in there was no closet. We did some work to the staircase because the staircase was not pretty. So this is actually original. We were able to save this. We added some detail to the stairway to give it a little bit of character. Now when you walk into the foyer, it's much more cohesive with the rest of the first floor. It has a lot more character and it's functional because now you have a closet to put your stuff.
What about this living room, Susan?
It's kind of an awkward shape. It's got this beautiful angled bay right here in the front of the house. So it's a really pretty room. There's a ton of light. There was a window that was just kind of right smack in the middle of this wall. So we removed that window, added 2 more, and then just opened the living space up open to the dining room. In the dining room before, there was just that one little built-in, and there's now a lot more storage, and it's a lot more functional. We have another built-in with storage, and then we were also able to take this angled bay and turn this into storage as well. We tossed around a few different ideas, but ultimately we decided on this countertop, so this can be a serving area for the dining room.
Do you think you can find the built-in door?
Okay, Paul, I give up. Tell me where it is.
It's right here.
So this door is original from the built-in that we removed from the dining room, and it was really pretty. I love arches, so I really wanted to find a spot where we could reincorporate this because there was a closet here before, but the dining room doesn't really need a closet, so we put the closet in the foyer, put the built-in here, added some storage, and also that room that was off the foyer now has access from the dining room. One of the things I wanted to save was a stained glass window. It was not in great shape. There was one moment there where I was waiting to hear, is it gonna survive or is it not gonna survive? And it did survive, which I'm glad because it adds a lot of character to this room. And here we ended up with a little nook, and you can kind of see exactly how much I moved the kitchen wall because this is about it, and that's how we ended up with this nook. So because of the way the house angles, we ended up with this weird little space. What do we do with it? Do we make a closet? We wanted to make sure that we could still see the stained glass window, so we ended up doing just a little countertop storage here because this is going to end up being used as an office. So it's the perfect spot to put a printer and all of your office-y stuff. What do you keep in your office, Paul?
Right now?
Yeah.
Laffy Taffy.
Okay. You could put that here.
Pop rocks. Some of my camera equipment.
You could put that like in the top drawer.
My microphones, those are definitely in there.
Microphones, those could fit on the shelves. Yeah, so it's super functional.
Yeah. I think actually the biggest takeaway from this whole room is that this amount of space here, this right here, is what gave her an island. We've heard a lot of clients say to us, I can't do an island.
I will find space for an island. So one thing about this island actually is it's undersized by 6 inches, which again, sitting here and functionally you can't really tell, but it fits the space that we have. It gives Linda the island she wanted, and it also gives her a ton of storage. So all of these cabinets, instead of being a full 24 inches deep, they're all 18 inches deep. And then we were able to do a full overhang so that you can have regular sized chairs, and it just fit this house perfectly.
Yeah, the 18-inch allowed her to get an island, because if we had to go full depth, we wouldn't have been able to put the island.
It was gonna be too tight.
Right. So that's why.
And I only had so much, I could only make the dining room so small, I could only make the office so small, because that office that you could get into from the foyer, you could also get into from right here, which was kind of awkward. So it was taking up real estate in the kitchen that we really needed, so that's why we moved that access to the dining room, and we were able to use this entire wall for the kitchen. This space was a bit of a challenge because it was very tight, and we were trying to fit a lot of things into this tiny space.
This is that 10 pounds of laundry in a 5-pound bag for sure.
That's a nice way to say it. Laundry is pretty much where it was before. Initially, we were hoping to get doors in front of the laundry room, but there just wasn't enough room with the framing and everything we had to fix, but I think it worked out fine. Again, we put storage over the laundry that matches the oak and everything else that we've done. She also needed some pantry storage. This area is actually where you used to access the sunroom, but now it's pantry storage. We've got laundry, and then we also renovated the bathroom.
It's like Tetris, this house, because there was so many, move this block to adjust this, and a lot of moving pieces to it.
How do we fit everything? I was a little nervous about this because we have a limited space, so all of these cabinets are half depth. So we still get storage, but we still have the room that we need to come in and out of here and make it all work.
And I'm pretty sure that you can wash a human in that laundry machine because it's so big.
Should we test it? Do you want to go in?
I mean, I'm a contortionist, but only on the weekends, so.
Okay. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's close enough.
It's close enough.
All right, no, he's not gonna do it. There was a bathroom here before, but the shower was about half the size. We removed the window because the window actually didn't look outside, it looked into the sunroom, which is kind of weird when you're hanging out in the sunroom looking into the bathroom. So we removed the window, put a new vanity in that again matches all the stained wood that's on the rest of the first floor. It's just, this is, you know, your laundry, bathroom, pantry storage area.
It's very quaint.
Yeah.
Very quaint.
So Linda entertains a lot, and that's kind of what this whole area is about. We have an under cabinet refrigerator. We have a countertop for when people come over. This is kind of your entertaining area.
Look at this thing. Sick.
It's Paul's favorite.
It is. Look, you can even change the light color on it.
So that is what this whole area is all about. And then that access to the sunroom that used to be where the pantry is now here in the main area. So when you come in, you have kind of a straight view back to this room. This sunroom was not in great shape before, so we had to gut this whole space. This room is actually now heated, so it can be used year-round, which it was not before.
Right. This house is very functional. It's very cute. I think you nailed this one, honey.
Thanks, honey. As we were doing this renovation, one of the phone calls that I fielded more than once from our guys were, this house is so old. There's so many things when we open up the walls. Why is she renovating this house?
When I bought this house in 1993 with my husband, I called it my castle on the hill. It was old, but we thought we were only going to stay there for 10 years and then move on. And then we didn't. We had 3 children and we raised them all here. When my husband passed in 2015, I had to make a decision whether or not to sell or renovate. And my family, especially my children, really encouraged me to not give up this house. I'm so glad I didn't, because I'm telling everybody, my family and friends, my husband would be ecstatic for us, because this is truly a home that we're all gonna enjoy. I didn't do this just for myself, I did it for my family and my friends. And I just wish my husband was here to enjoy it with us, but I know he's with us in a different way, and I'm so in love with this house. Thank you, Susan and Paul.